Yes, I decided to launch Cycling Academy, and it's because of you, dear viewers. You've been asking me lately so many questions through emails, Facebook messages, comments, like 100, 200, 300 a day. And you are telling me about yourself. You are saying that you are coming back to cycling, you want to lose some weight, you want to gain some fitness. And because I'm trying now to prepare myself as a cyclist to the next season, and this will be the second season of my comeback to cross-country racing, I thought it would fit so well together just to do it together, so that you will see almost every day what I'm doing, because I'm training between 5 to 8 times a week. So you will see my progress, you will see what I'm doing and how am I doing it. And also I'll be trying to convey some message to you, to share with you what I know and my experiences about cycling. So I'm really excited about that. Today I'm just going to tell you what you can expect from our Cycling Academy. I welcome you all to the lesson number 1, and then we go straight to our 3 things you don't need in order to start cycling, losing weight and gaining fitness. What we're gonna do, some of my episodes right now I'm adding like 7 episodes a week. Some of those now will be those Cycling Academy lessons. Today, lesson number 1. The second one will be on Wednesday, when we do our first training session. The very first training session for beginners, or those who are coming back, who are not maybe well into cycling or any type of activity. It will be very interesting for you. So it won't be like a regular schedule, but quite a few of my episodes will be all about Cycling Academy, and I will always tell you when the next one comes. Are you happy about that? I'm sure you will like it, what I'm gonna share with you. So today we're gonna talk about 3 things you don't need for cycling in order to start losing weight and gaining fitness, and it is because of the questions you have already asked me. And I know that we shouldn't just go on and start riding. I already did one training session for the warm-up training session, but today, without really sitting on the bike, I should tell you a little bit about the questions you would most likely ask me in the comments during this first lesson. 3 things you don't really need in order to start losing weight, gaining fitness is number 1. You don't need super gear, you don't need a fancy bike, namely you don't need to spend a lot of money to start with. Number 2, we're gonna just break those down in a second. Number 2, you don't need a lot of time. And number 3, perhaps being the most important one, you don't need a strong will in order to start it and keep on doing it. All right? Let's start with number 1. You don't need a super expensive bike, lightweight bike. You don't need to spend a lot of money. What you really need to do is to want at least now, watch those videos and then try to do it what I'm telling you. What you actually need is the bicycle and some helmet and comfortable clothing. What type of bicycle then? What type of clothing should I have? How much money should I spend? Just wait with that. I would say take your bike. If the bike works, if the brakes are fine, if the gear shifting is quite crisp, and you have some clothing, maybe not jeans, not the way I'm wearing the dress I'm wearing right now, but some comfortable clothing and a helmet. You need a helmet on the bicycle. You are good to go. You just start cycling, and then many questions will come up. Maybe the brakes won't be that good. Maybe you will just run out of the gears in your hilly terrain and so on. Then you can watch some next episodes that will come up, because we will also talk about not only training but the gears, the components, what you would need, what type of cycling would be the best for you. But really, I'm really telling you, you don't start with spending money. If you do this, if you have this approach, so let's just purchase cool bike, cool gears, I will then have motivation. You will do it for a couple of weeks and then you will just sell your bike cheap on eBay. I'm telling you that. That's the truth for most of the people who have this approach. So you don't spend a lot of money, you just find joy, pleasure in cycling. I'll help you with that for sure, showing you how beautiful cycling is. Number two, you don't actually need a lot of time. You can be an entrepreneur, you can be a mother, father, you can have really busy schedule through your week, just as I have. But what I would say, you just find a 1 hour 3 times a week and you are really good to go. You will feel the difference, and 1 hour 3 times a week, which is 3 hours a week, will be enough for you also to gain the experience, like more questions, what tires, what this, maybe then we talk about gearing, then maybe what intensity, okay, my back pain, my knee pain, you have all those topics covered on the Bike Fit and bike sizing playlist on this channel, Shyback channel. But we'll just get to that. You start with cycling 3 times a week for 1 hour, just 1 hour 3 times a week. Of course, you will need some additional time in order to dress, prepare yourself, maybe 15-20 minutes, and then after that, maybe to wash your bike and also find the time for yourself after the training and recover well. But 3 times a week, 1 hour is just okay. You don't need any type of schedule, you don't need to do any intervals, you don't need to know anything about intervals, you just go and ride. And number 3, wasn't it surprising for you to hear that you don't need a strength wheel? I must tell you, dear viewers, guys, fellow cyclists, whoever you are, new subscribers to this channel, I'm really like almost fighting against this idea, this approach of having, you know, strong wheel and, you know, trying to put myself into that schedule and, you know, just follow up all the data on my smartphone and do those kilometers. It doesn't make sense for me because I'm getting tired. It isn't enjoyable. What we need to do is to find how enjoyable the cycling is, into how pleasure in that. Well, you will find it, then you will say, then Shy, 3 hours a week, it's just too little. I want to do like 2 hours ride on Saturday because it's so beautiful in my area. I've seen so many new places since I started cycling. That's the path you should take, because then you will really endure and you will really see all the good effects of your work. So don't focus on, okay, strong wheel, new year is coming, January, I'm gonna do that, because then you would only do that for January. We want to do it for whole life and bring even more happiness to our life thanks to cycling. Once more, don't focus on money, don't focus on gearing, just have a bike. If you don't have a bicycle, you can look up on some of my other episodes about cycling, bicycles and so on. But also tomorrow, today's Sunday, tomorrow on Monday, I'm gonna publish video about gravel and cyclocross bikes for beginning cyclists. So entry level CX or gravel bike, it is a good one to start with losing weight and start with training. Really good one. Why, you will see tomorrow. You can just wait until I publish it tomorrow. It should be just around noon in Europe, so probably you will see that later in like California, US, or somewhere in that area where the most of my viewers are. So just wait for that. Number 2, 3 times a week, 1 hour, you just go out and ride, find some new places, maybe trying to find some new tracks, some loop maybe you would use for your training in the future. Focus on just, you know, discovering world. If the weather is really bad, I know, like Iceland, where I lived for many years, some other countries where you don't have good weather, you can just use Turbo Trainer. If you don't have one, we have episodes about that. You can do that indoor. I have maybe not so many, but I have a couple of different bikes. I have time trial bike, I have gravel bike, I have my old 20 years old mountain bike, Cannondale Killer, and I love all those bikes because so many different types of terrain or cycling I could just go for. It is so enjoyable, and it makes really my life as a cyclist so much more colorful, I would say. So I'm really excited to show you how am I going to be training and racing, because I'm gonna also take part in some cyclocross races this winter. It's gonna be exciting. On Wednesday we're gonna do our first training session, so a whole training session from the beginning to the end. I will just walk you through it, sitting on my bike and training along with you, so that you can do it indoor with me. You can also just look and see how I'm doing it and just, you know, see and listen when I'm sharing the knowledge I have about it. I'm not like super expert, but I know quite a lot, and I will share everything almost that I know with you. Then I think you will just find your routine, and you will see how enjoyable cycling is. If you are coming back to cycling, you already know a lot, and just being here together, having this connection like almost live, because I'm going to be releasing those episodes the day I'm shooting those. So you will see this the very same day, usually like 90% of this episode, what I was doing and how much fun I'm having with it. So tomorrow, Monday, we talk about entry-level cyclocross and gravel bike, but don't think just about gears. Think about finding 3 hours a week and just go out and ride. Then you come up with so many different questions, and you can ask those always, especially here on the Cycling Academy lessons. This was number 1. Thanks for watching. I can talk for hours about cycling, bear with me. Because I just love it. I love it so much, and I like sharing it with you on YouTube. We see you tomorrow, and if you are waiting for the lesson number 2, it will be released on Wednesday. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more. Bye bye.